Ryuto Kageyama stood at the heart of an ancient shrine, a cold wind howling around him. His hands shook as he gripped an old, worn-out letter, its ink faded, its message clear and chilling. The curse has always been within you, Ryuto. Your bloodline is bound to the dark pact. His heart pounded in his chest. All these years of vengeance, the endless struggle to avenge his parents' murder, had all been part of a larger plan. But what if everything was a lie? What if his fight was never his own to begin with? He stared at the words, his thoughts spiraling. The weight of his family's legacy pressed down on him like a 1,000-ton stone. Every step he had taken, every decision, had been consumed by this curse, a curse that had been passed down through generations. No, Ryuto whispered, his voice a mix of disbelief and terror. I can't be the one. Not me. Not my bloodline. As he stared at the letter, the truth began to settle in. He had been born into this fate. Was there a way to break free? Or was it already too late? For years, Ryuto had lived with the rage of losing his family, fueled by a desire for vengeance. But this revelation, the curse, the pact, threw everything into question. How much of his life had been his own? How much had been controlled by the dark forces lurking in his bloodline? Ryuto's mind raced. His parents had been killed by Takashi, his uncle, the only family member left. But why? Was it truly for power? Or was there something more sinister at play? His rage had driven him forward for so long, but now, in the face of this ancient curse, the lines between friend and enemy, fate and free will, were blurring. I've been chasing a shadow, Ryuto murmured, more to himself than to anyone else. What if this is my true destiny? What if I'm the one meant to carry this curse, and no one else? For a moment, Ryuto faltered, the weight of his purpose overwhelming him. But in the depth of his confusion, one thing remained clear: he would not let this curse define him. I won't be a puppet, Ryuto muttered, his fists clenched so tightly his knuckles turned white. I'll break this curse, even if it costs me everything. As he stepped deeper into the shrine, the air grew thick with the scent of ancient incense. The temperature dropped, and the darkness around him seemed to close in. The walls of the shrine, inscribed with cryptic symbols, felt as if they were alive, watching him. Every step he took felt like he was being drawn closer to something terrifying. And then, there was the altar. This was where the curse had been sealed. But why? Why was he the one meant to bear this curse? He traced the symbols on the stone with his fingers, his thoughts spiraling. What am I meant to do with this curse? How can I fight something that is a part of me? His mind raced, but every answer led to more questions. Just as the weight of the mystery became unbearable, a voice broke the silence. Cold, chilling. You shouldn't have come here, Ryuto. Ryuto's body tensed, and he turned, his heart pounding. Standing in the shadows, his uncle Takashi Kageyama stepped forward, his presence suffocating. What do you mean? Ryuto demanded, his voice hoarse with anger. What is this curse? Why did you kill my parents? Takashi's lips curled into a cruel smile, his eyes cold and calculating. Because you were never meant to live, he sneered. You were the key to something far greater than your petty revenge. You were the one meant to inherit the curse, the one destined to carry the power we sealed. Ryuto's breath caught in his throat. No, he whispered. You're lying. This wasn't meant to be my fate. Takashi stepped forward, his eyes gleaming with malicious intent. You don't get it, do you? This curse isn't a burden. It's a gift to rule over death itself. You are the next in line, Ryuto. Embrace it, or die trying to resist it. Ryuto's heart sank. The ground beneath his feet trembled, the air crackling with dark energy. The revelation hit him like a physical blow. His entire life, the pain, the loss had been manipulated, a cruel game played by his ancestors. The darkness within him, the power, was a part of him, and now, he was supposed to accept it. No, Ryuto muttered, shaking his head, fighting the overwhelming sense of despair. I refuse. I won't become you. I won't let this curse control me. Takashi's laughter echoed through the shrine, dark and mocking. You think you have a choice? The curse is awakening within you, Ryuto. There's no escape. Ryuto's mind raced. He had been living for revenge, but now, his fight wasn't just against Takashi. It was against the very essence of his bloodline. Was there a way to escape this fate? Or was he destined to become a monster like the others who had come before him? With a shout, Ryuto summoned the strength deep within him, his body glowing with raw energy. The shrine shook violently as the two forces collided, Takashi as dark magic against Ryuto as unbridled power. You can't escape it, Ryuto, Takashi sneered. You are bound to this curse. It is your destiny. No, Ryuto shouted, his voice rising with fury. I'll make my own fate. I won't destroy myself to satisfy your legacy." The battle raged on, energy swirling around them in a chaotic storm. But just as Takashi raised his hand to strike the final blow, a figure emerged from the shadows. The figure was tall, cloaked in black, and moved with an eerie grace. "You think you're the only one fighting this battle, Ryuto." The voice was eerily calm, and Ryuto froze. "Who are you?" he asked, his heart racing. "I'm the one who started it all," the figure replied, stepping forward. "And I'm the one who will end it." Ryuto's eyes widened. The figure pulled back their hood to reveal a familiar face, a face that had been lost to him for years. It was his mother, the woman he thought had died long ago. "No," Ryuto gasped, his voice faltering. "This can't be you're." She smiled darkly, her eyes filled with a cold, emotionless calculation. "The curse never truly let me go, Ryuto. It's in our blood. Now, it's your turn to decide, embrace the power, or die trying to break free." Ryuto's heart shattered. Everything he had known, everything he had fought for, was unraveling before his eyes. Yet, in that moment, he knew one thing for sure. He would not let the curse control him. What will Ryuto choose? Will he embrace his family's dark legacy? Or will he fight to destroy the curse forever? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for the next chapter of Ryuto's dark fate.